Hello, welcome to the 30k channel. I'm your host, David.
And I'm Boris.
And today we have a bit of a special one. We've got some Alpha Legion versus Imperial Fists. Classic.
Very classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The channel has acquired a couple of new armies, which is very exciting. I've got an Alpha Legion force and a Blood Angel force to add to the growing forces. And this is their outing. So really pleased to acquire these from John from D6 Miniatures. On Instagram, if you want to follow him, some good stuff along there. And we've got a little 500 pointer.
1,000 pointer.
Excuse me, it was 500. We changed it because the lists were terrible. We've got 1,000 pointer.
Yeah, not Zone Mortalis, but there's some Zone Mortalis pieces in there for fun.
I've been dying to use the Zone Mortalis stuff outside to suggest there's something below ground, and it's perfect.
Looks so cool.
It almost reminds me of the Roman Battle tile from Forge World with the little...
Yeah, the little bunker complex that Forge World did. Yeah, really nice.
It's a really cool tile, isn't it?
Just really nice board at the moment as well.
It'll do the job. Boris, you've got a story to tell.
Well, so we are on the moon of Hydra, fitting for the Alpha Legion, Pluto's moon, and we are right at the end of Praetorian at Dawn, the novel, right at the end of the Heresy novel series, not quite before, and it is the first shots of the Heresy. Effectively, the Alpha Legion have made the first attack on Terra, or the solar system, and the Fists have maneuvered themselves to put themselves in between the Alpha Legion and a door into the bunker complex, where there is a sort of titanic clash going on. No spoilers, but it's a fantastic book and you do want to read it. So today we're sort of representing the struggle outside the complex of the scene described in that book.
Yeah, we've just got a little flurry of activity on the surface. We're playing the ambush mission, which is quite exciting. So the Imperial Fists are staunchly defending their bunker entrance, and and the Alpha Legion are outflanking and scouting into position to overwhelm them and get through the door and get down to the depths of whatever's going on downstairs.
Classic for both legions, I think. Yeah. Fists are behind some walls, the Alpha Legion are up to doing some sneaky stuff.
We try our best to please, we try our best. There's not really a lot to talk about. The forces are pretty well balanced. The only artificers in the army are on our HQs, and you've got 2 up on the jet bikes.
Yep, that's about it. Everything else is 3 up.
Yeah, we've tried to keep these lists super simple, mainly for me in particular, because it's my first time using Alpha Legion, and the last thing we want to do is have their outing and get a ton of rules errors. So the last thing we want to do. So we've gone for a real super simple, easing in list. So I wouldn't say it's the ultimate classic Alpha Legion list, but it's got some elements to it, right?
Yeah, it's small elite sort of strike force themed, definitely. You got some veterans and some sort of nasty elements there, and the Fists are quite infantry heavy and heavy weapons. Again, real classic theme.
Yeah. And also Boris has got some jet bikes as well, so again, we don't go too much in the book, but as you mentioned before we started filming, Dawn does a bit of a sneaky trick, and this is your way of showing that.
Yeah, he pulls a sort of
switcheroo
on the people who are normally pulling the tricks. So the Fists do have some sort of reinforcements inbound, intentionally sort of keeping something back. So jet bikes is a nice sort of thematic element of Fists sort of springing their trap.
Yeah, outflanking the outflankers.
Absolutely.
Say that when you're drunk.
We'll see if it's actually effective, but
we'll find out. All right, let's get on with it. Night fighting. I want night fighting desperately. Boris does not. Therefore, we need a dice roll, and we have our dice cam.
Absolutely.
Whoop. Okay, 4 up. We get night fighting. That's a negative.
That's a 2.
I want the roll off to Deploy First, go first. I made the Imperial Fist go first, but we're hoping for a sneaky seize. Come on.
All right.
Oh.
It's good for me. I'm happy with that.
All right. We'll go to the lists, and then we'll go straight into Alpha Legion. Oh.
Imperial Fists.
Imperial Fists, turn 1.
Warlord for the Imperial Fists is a plain Centurion consul. He is equipped with Artificer Armour, Refractor Field, Melter Bombs, a Bolt Pistol, and a Solarite Power Gauntlet. First Elite's choice is a Contemptor Mortis Dreadnought. Been given 2 Carries autocannons and a Havoc launcher. Second Elite's choice is a Rapier weapons battery. Both are equipped with quad heavy bolters. For fast attack, there is a 4-man Jetbike Skyhunter squadron The entire squad is upgraded with melter bombs, but there is no sergeant. The first troops choice is a tactical squad. They've been given no upgrades other than the sergeant has been given a power fist. The second tactical squad is outfitted identically other than the sergeant who has been given a power sword. For heavy support, there is a 5-man heavy support squad. The sergeant has been upgraded with an augury scanner and the entire squad have been upgraded with missile launchers.
Leading the Alpha Legion is a Praetor. He's equipped with a bolt gun, Paragon blade, artificer armour, frag and crack grenades. He's also equipped with Bane Strike ammo. Elites, there is a Contemptor Dreadnought equipped with a Volkite Culverin and extra armour. The first troops choice are 5 veterans, 3 of which are armed with combi plasma. The sergeant has a power fist and a plasma pistol. The second veteran squad are 5 vets, 3 are equipped with combi melters. The sergeant has a power fist and he also has a combi melter. The third troops choice is a 7-man Volkite Caliver squad. The sergeant is equipped with a plasma pistol. Lastly, the heavy support choice is a Sakaran battle tank equipped with accelerator autocannons and side-mounted las cannons.
Imperial Fist, turn 1 movement. A bit reactionary, not too bold. We just moved both tactical squads right up against the barricade to give ourselves some cover from the nasty fire coming in. The rapiers moved, we'll be snapshotting them, but never mind. And the heavy weapon squad are going to stay still just to see if they can bring their guns to bear. Imperial Fist, turn 1 shooting. We're going to start with the tactical squad with the HQ in. They're just going to level their bolters at the enemy Volkite squad. 2 are in range to rapid fire, so a grand total of 11 shots. Hitting on 2, disciplined fire. Lovely. That's only 1 miss, 10 hits. Wounding on 4s. That's really not bad
really
at
good,
all. So that is 6 wounds.
All right, we need 3 armor saves. Whoa, that is really good. We only dropped 1.
Next up to shoot, the rapier carriages moved. Only 1 can see after that first Volkite Marine died of the Alpha Legion. So we've got 6 shots, snap shooting. So 6s. Blimey. That's 3 to hit. And it is a twin-linked gun, so we get to reroll these. 1 more. Blimey. Strength 5, so wounding on 3s. That is all wounds. That's fantastic. We can only kill 1 Marine, but that's still pretty good going.
All right, let's keep 1 Marine alive. Oh, nice.
Next to shoot, we have the heavy support squad. We're going to fire 5 crack missiles at the same squad, see if we can carry on whittling them down. 5 shots hitting on 3s, drop 1, not too bad. And then these are strength 8, so wounding on 2s. All wound, fantastic. However, we've got the barricade and an intervening squad, so we've agreed that they get cover save of 4 up.
All right, 4+ cover. Oh, that is a cock die, so I am going to take it. Oh, wowzers, look at that.
Last to shoot is the Contemptor Mortis. We were going to shoot at the Sakaran with it, but after checking sight lines, it really isn't in line of sight. So turned around and shot at the same Volkite squad, and the Havoc launcher fired, scattered slightly, and clipped 3. So we got 3 to wound, strength 5, so 3s to wound. Lovely, 3 wounds.
All right, 3 armor saves. Oh, there's 1 gone. Okay, we lose 1 more. The Volkite Covering Squad there have lost 25%, so they require leadership on 9 or less. Thankfully, that is an 8, and they have passed.
Imperial Fist, end of turn 1. Not too bad. Would have liked to do more damage or maybe put some shots against the vehicles, but we'll see what we can do and weather the next turn.
Alpha Legion turn 1 movement, and the Volkite Covering Squad has done a sidestep. So unfortunately, they will be snap shooting, but we're just trying to get out of the way of the firepower of the Imperial Fists. The Sakaran there has moved over 6 inches and will try and fire down on the Contemptor or the missile launcher unit. And then finally, that Contemptor has rolled a massive 6 and it's moved through cover and is cresting over the top of the bunker complex entrance and will hopefully fire down in the next few turns. Alpha Legion turn 1 shooting phase. The Contemptor will run a mighty 6 inches. Check that out. First to fire is the support squad with the Volkite calibers. They will fire through the barricade and the Imperial Fist Attack Marines into the missile launchers behind, and they require 6s to hit because they moved, unfortunately. Well, there we go. There is 1 hit from that little lot. Now we need to roll to wound. So they're strength 6, 2s to wound. Lovely job.
All right, front missile launcher, 3-up armor save, passed.
God damn. Next fire is Sakaran. A bit of a tough decision here. Do you fire into the Mortis or the missile launcher team? In the end, it decided to fire at the Mortis. So we're going to fire the las cannon first, and we require 3s to hit. Lovely, that is a 1, fantastic. And now we've got 6 shots from the accelerated autocannon, requiring 3s. Twin linked as well. Holy hell. We need a twin link. Let's have a look. Okay, we've dropped 2. I mean, that is not ideal, really. We're strength 7, side armor of 12. We need 5 to glance, 6 to pen, and 6 is our rending. So let's have a look. Oh, that is a shocker. So that is 2 glances.
All right, 5-up Atamantic save, neither saved. So that is 2 whole points lost.
End of turn for the Alpha Legion. Not an amazing turn, but 2 whole points on that Contemptor was pretty good. We really needed it to die this turn, but hey, we've got our own Contemptor coming down in the next round, so we'll see what happens there. All we need to do now is wait to see if the Imperial Fists get their reserves on.
Imperial Fist turn 2, starting with reserves. Didn't get our jet boats on, which is really unfortunate, but we'll make do without. Both tac squads just continue pushing right up against the barricade to give themselves as much cover as possible. The Mortis brought himself Death or Glory straight towards its attack of the Sakaran. We might die, but at least we can present front armour to both those vehicles. And then the Rapiers finally just tucked themselves away out of line of sight from some of the nastier firing elements. Turn 2, Imperial Fist shooting. I'm going to start with potentially the most important shots. We have the heavy sports squad with their missiles, 8 crack missiles going into the front of the Contemptor, just coming over the ridge of the hill there. So we need 3s to hit. Oh, that is beautiful. All hit. That is fantastic. Now, we need that again, ideally. We have 5s to glance, 6s to pen. However, the Imperial Fist rule discipline fire does mean we get tank hunters on our heavy sports squad, so this we do get to re-roll these 5s and 6s.
Oh, that's a perfect result.
That's great. That, we do have tank hunters, so all re-rolled. Wow, there we go. Re-rolled to a single glance and 2 penetrating hits. So
what do you want first?
Let's go with the glance first.
All right, so 5 up on the glance. Fail. We can handle that. We need to pass both of these. 2 6-ups. Come on. Holy hell.
Next fire, we have the Mortis. We're considering shooting the enemy Contemptor and see if we can knock another couple of whole points off it, but I'm going to split my fire, be a bit greedy, and go for the Sakaran. So 12 shots with our carries, hitting on 2s. That's great, only drop 1. Now, we need 6s to glance, or rather 6s only gets to 12, but 6s also rend. So even if I roll 1 and 2 on the rend chart, it's also glance. So 6s is what we're looking for. Wow, okay, 4 6s, that's fantastic. And then we'll see what these turn into. So that is 2 glances and 2 pens. However, we've already agreed there's 25% obscured from the rock and the barricade, so that is a 5-up cover save. I'm going to do the glances first.
Glances. 5 up. Fail. If we fail one of these now, it's a dead Sakaran. 2 5s. Wowzers. Okay, it can't explode. It's no OP1 weaponry, so that Sakaran is wrecked.
Last fire, we have the tactical squad with the Centurion in. 3 are in rapid fire range, so we're going to fire 9 shots into the Volkite sports squad. Hitting on 2s with the discipline fire, fantastic. And then wounding on 4s. Yeah, pretty good. Half, so that is 4. Half of 8 wounds.
All right, 3-up armor saves. Let's have it. Okay, we failed 2, and that will kill 2 Marines with Volkite culverins. A leadership test is required for the sports squad. They require a 9 or less. Thankfully, they pass.
End of turn 2 for Imperial Fists. Really good turn. Doing some damage to that Contemptor and crucially knocking out that Sakaran was amazing work. We'll have to contend with reserves coming from the Alpha Legion next turn, but we're in a strong position.
Alpha Legion turn 2 movement. Despite losing the Sakaran in the previous turn, we've been really lucky with our reserves rolls, and both of the vet squads, along with the HQ, have come in on the side that we wanted to deal with those missile launchers and the enemy HQ. So that's good stuff. The sergeant in the support squad has moved forward. He will fire his plasma pistol, and then the 2 Cobrans will follow up. And that mighty Contemptor has crested over the top of that big hill and will fire down into the sidearm of that dreadnought, hopefully taking it down. Alpha Legion turn to shooting phase. We'll start off with the support squad. The sergeant will fire his plasma pistol into the large tactical squad. Let's have a look. Okay, that is a hit. Great stuff. 2s to wound. That's out of the dice tray. Oh, it's a 1. That is an absolute classic. All right, we'll start with 4 shots from the culverins. They were stationary and require 3s. Only 2 hits. 3s to wound. That is 1 wound.
All right, 3 up armor save. Passed.
Next to fire is the vets with the HQ in. They do have combi melters, and we're going to have to fire them to make our impact felt here. So first of all, we'll start off with the Praetor. He's got Bane Strike ammo in his bolter, and he is in rapid fire and will require 2s to hit. That is a good start. We require 4s to wound, but 6s are 83. And that is not a sausage. Next to fire, then we're going to use the combi component to the combi bolters there, requiring 3s to hit. That is a good start. 2s to wound. Oh, okay, so it's 2 wounds, and now we're on to the 4-up cover save.
Okay, from the barricade, 1 pass, 1 fail, and Marine dies.
Woo! Lastly, we've got a bolt gun in the squad from the Marine in there, and we require 3s to hit, and that is absolutely nothing. We need a big score now. We're going to fire the combi plasmas into the missile launcher armed Marines there. We're going to fire the sergeant first. He's got a plasma pistol. And that is a hit, thankfully. 2 to wound. Great stuff. 5-up cover save.
Passed.
Holy hell. Next, we'll do the combi plasma. We're going to do these individually because it gets hot. So the first one, 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits. Okay, so that's good. So we've got, 5 hits in total, and we require 2s to wound. It's always a 1. All right, 4. We would love to get these.
All right, 4 5-up cover saves. Wow, it's past 2, but failed 2, so that is 2 dead. The sergeant is closest, so we'll do 2 lookout surges just to see. No, so the sergeant does die. Having lost their sergeant and 25% of the squad, break check for the heavy weapons squad. 10, that fails even with the sergeant involved. So they break and start running 5 inches.
This is the big one. The Alpha Legion Contemptor is going to fire its twin-link Volkite Culverin into the Mortis. We're hoping to strip off that final hull point. So first of all, 4 shots, twin links requiring 2s. Thankfully, we needed that twin link, but it's a 1 anyway. Awesome. Strength 6, side armor 12. We need 6s. And there is 1 glorious 6.
There we go. 5 up to stay in the game. Come on, Mortis. No. Okay, so it does lose its last hull point to a glance.
End of turn 2 for the Alpha Legion. A mixed turn. Very relieved to get rid of that Contemptor, and to get the heavy weapon team falling back is an absolute boon. We've got a little bit to worry about now, though. We've got the jet bikes coming in soon, so we'll see how we go.
Imperial Fist turn 3, and finally the jet bikes arrive. Really great news. We've come in on the side we chose and have gone straight into the rear of that Contemptor. Going to bring a heavy bolter to spare and maybe the melter bombs. Other than that, the 2nd Tactical Squad broke cover and started moving towards the side that the Alpha Legion have arrived from. The Rapiers and the 1st Tactical Squad have just stood still, ready to get their bolters to fire. And finally, on an 11, the Heavy Weapons Squad failed their regroup checks and continue to run 6 inches towards their own board edge. If they do it one more turn, they might be gone. Imperial Fist turn 3 shooting, and we're going to start with the Tactical Squad that's broken cover. Only 5 bolt guns in range, but we're going to take a shot at the Plasma veterans. Hitting on 2s, not needed. 4s to wound. Wow, 4 wounds, that's fantastic.
All right, the sergeant is 2nd, so fortunately we have to do this individually. So 3-up armor, pass. Do you know what? If sergeant's got 3-up anyway, it doesn't matter. We all pass. That's great stuff.
Lovely. Next to fire, we have the Rapier batteries, also going to fire at the Plasma Veteran Squad. 12 shots hitting on 2s, discipline fire, 2 miss. However, we have twin linked. Both hit, so that is all 12 hit. Now need 3s to wound. Strength 5, that's pretty good. So we have 4 that don't wound. That is 8 wounding hits.
Okay, we're just going to roll those all together because they've all got 3-up armor, and if we get to sergeant, we'll do something outstairs. So let's have a look. Holy hell, what a roll.
Wow, no lower than a 4. Next to fire, we have the tactical squad with the Centurion in. We have 16 bolt guns, rapid firing, hitting on 2s. That's quite a few 1s that miss. And then we have a bolt pistol from the Sergeant and the Centurion. We'll fire them now as well. So those do hit. So that is 14 hits in total. 4 to wound. Wow, that's really not great. Our luck has turned. A whole 3 wounds from 14 hits.
All right, well, looking at it, the HQ is first, unbelievably. So we will look out all of these first of all. So we passed 2 lookout and fail 1. So let's take his armor save on a 2 up. Amazing. And then 2 3 ups onto the vets. Pass 1, fail 1. That kills 1 veteran.
Last to fire, we have the freshly arrived Scimitar jet bikes. We're going to fire all 12 shots into the rear of that Contemptor. So 2s to hit with disciplined fire. And 1 dropped. There we go. Strength 5, rear armor 10. So we need 5s to glance, 6s to pen. Wow. Okay, that's pretty good. We have 3 penetrating hits and 2 glances. All right, 2 whole points left on the Contemptor.
Come on, what do you want? Glance or pen?
Let's do the glances for fun.
Double 6. He's dead. And a double 1.
End of Imperial Fist turn 3. Quite a good turn. We dented the infantry coming at us a little bit, but crucially the scimitars coming in and destroying that Contemptor was fantastic. We can now focus all our efforts on one flank. However, the infantry coming at us is really elite, and
Alpha Legion turn 3 movement. No movement here from the support squad. They're going to stay stationary and pour their firepower into this tactical squad with the Imperial Fist HQ. The Praetor and his vets have moved forward right into the face of that unit also, as have the other veteran unit, and they will shoot everything they can and charge in and try and take out the Warlord. Alpha Legion turn 3 shooting will start with the Sergeant in the support squad firing his plasma pistol. 3s to hit. Come on, that's a good start. 2s to wound. There it is.
all right, 4 up cover save. Failed. That kills a Marine.
Next, we've got 4 shots from those Volkite calibers. 3s to hit. Not bad. 3s to wound, or 2s to wound, sorry, is being strength 6, and that is 2 wounds.
All right, 3 up armor saves. Both passed.
Starting with the veteran squad on the left-hand side, there are 4 bolt pistols into the Imperial Fist Attack Marines. 3s to hit. That is a shocker of a roll. And 4s to wound. That is a wound.
All right, 3 up armor save. Fail. That's another Marine down.
Wow. Lastly, from the squad, the Sergeant has his plasma pistol. It hits. 2s to wound. Lovely.
All right, 4 up cover save. Passed, thankfully.
The second veteran squad with the Praetor will fire. We've got a bolt pistol from the Praetor hitting on a 2. Amazing. 4s to wound. Yes.
All right, 3 up armor save. Passed.
Nice. Now we've got 4 bolt pistols before we charge in. They all hit, requiring 4s. Love to take 1 more out if we can. 2 wounds.
There you go. 3 ups. Ooh, double 6.
Holy hell. Alpha Legion turn 3 assault phase. We are going to start with a charge against the Imperial Fist Tactical Marine Squad with a Warlord in, with the Plasma Vets. But first, there's some Overwatch.
Rapid firing bolt guns and bolt pistols. We have 14 shots hitting on 6s. 4.
That's pretty good.
That's not too bad. I'll take that. And wounding on 4s. 2 wounds. Not bad.
All right. 3 up armor saves. We take 1. 6-inch charge required due to the barricade. And that is a 7. Next charge will come from the HQ's unit and his vets. A 4 is required. 3 out on the dice tray. Oh, look at that. That's an 8. After the charge rolls were made, there was a couple of challenges issued. So the Alpha Legion Praetor issued a challenge, which was accepted by the Sergeant of the Tactical Squad. And then a challenge was issued by the Imperial Fist Centurion, and that was accepted by the Sergeant from the Vet Squad with Plasma Pistol and Power Fist. So a lot going on in this combat, but first of all we'll start with the highest initiative, which is the Praetor in combat with the Sergeant from the Tactical Marine Squad. The Praetor has 5 attacks on the charge, and he requires a 3 to hit. That is not bad. 3 will take that, and 3s to wound AP2, 6s are instant death. but that is 1 wound. Unlucky. That does, however, kill that sergeant, so it's a good start.
After that, in the combat, we'll start with the Imperial Fists attacks back. We have 6 attacks hitting on 4s. Not too bad. 3 hit and wounding on 4s. 2 wounds. Okay.
All right, let's see if we can save these 3 up armor, which we do. Pass 1, fail 1, so one of those Marines will die, but he will still get strike. Next to strike, we'll use the Marines at Initiative 4 in both the squads to attack together. There are 24 attacks. They are weapon masters, and they require 3s to hit. We'll do this twice, but that's not too bad. We only dropped 4, 5. Next batch, 3s. Dropping 4. That was pretty good. In total, that's 15 hits. We require 4s to wound. Not bad. That is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wounds on those Imperial Fist Tactical Marines.
All right, the sergeant's tied up in combat, so 3 up armor saves. Oof, that is 3 go down to those attacks.
The Alpha Legion Sergeant with the Combi Melter is in combat, so he gets 3 attacks requiring 3s to hit. That's 2 hits, and now 2s to kill. Brilliant, so he kills 2 Marines. Now we're into the showdown between the Centurion and the Alpha Legion Sergeant. Sergeant will go first, and he requires 4s to hit. That is a good start. That is 2 hits, 2s to wound, 1 wound.
All right, we have a refractor field. Single 5 up to keep the Centurion in the game. No, okay, so he dies. Before he goes down, however, the Centurion does get to fight back at Initiative 1 with his Solarite Gauntlet. 4 attacks. We get to reroll 1 for Master Crafting. No, it didn't help us. So 2 hits, 2s to wound. That is 2 wounds. That is 2 dead veterans.
As the dust settles there, the Alpha Legion have scored 6 wounds and the Imperial Fists have scored 3. So the Imperial Fists lose by a difference of 3. They require a leadership test of 5 or under.
All right, let's see if this solo Marine can stay in combat. No, he is running. So we are initiative test.
5 plus 2 is 7, and then 4 plus 4 is 8.
Yeah,
you get away.
Imperial Fists get away. Falling back a mighty 9 inches.
End of turn 3 for the Alpha Legion there. These small games, they ramp up really, really quickly. Really good result, killing the HQ. That was the Alpha Legion's plan all along. However, there is a ton of firepower now coming back at the Alpha Legion, so let's see if we can weather the storm of bolt fire.
Start of Imperial Fist turn 4, and we started with our rally checks. The solo Marine that was battered rallied, but unbelievably the heavy support squad failed on another 11, and they are dangerously close to fleeing off the board. We've measured it 3.5 inches, so anything over a 3 and they are gone. It's a 4 exactly, so they are gone just by an inch. Imperial Fist turn 4 movement. The lone tactical Marines just consolidated right up against the barricade. The tactical squad that's still at full strength didn't push forward too far, as we were kind of concerned that we might probably get charged next turn. Rapiers have sat still, and finally the scimitars have raced up onto the ridge to see if they can bring their heavy bolters to bear and gun down the enemy before they get to us. Imperial Fist turn 4 shooting, starting with the lone Marine. He's going to take a snapshot, rapid fire at the Alpha Legion veteran squad. No hits. Next, fire the Rapiers, and they're going to shoot the Praetor and his veteran squad. Only one can actually see the Praetor, so we're going to split these up. The one that can't first, hitting on 2s, twin linked. Oh, tricky. Yeah, and then 3s to wound. Oof. All but 1, so 5 wounds.
Jesus. All right. You can only kill 3 Marines at this case, so I'll do them all together, and one of them dies.
Okay.
There was a sergeant first, so we can do a quick look out, surfing them all. He failed. That sergeant is definitely dead.
I think so. Next fire is the second Rapier. This one can see the Praetor, so 6 more shots. Discipline fire for the reroll, or twin linked for the discipline fire hitting on 2s. All hit. 3s to wound. Oof, only 2 wounds.
All right. Artificer armor. Let's just do it. Oh, he has got feel no pain though, thanks to his Warlord trait. And that is a fail, so the Warlord suffers a wound.
Next fire, we have tactical squad. 9 bolt guns are in range of the Praetor and his squad, hitting on 2s. Drop 2 and wounding on 4s. Really not great again. Only 2 wounds.
All right, we need to keep the Warlord alive, really, to try and have any hope of winning this game. So we'll look outside them first of all. Okay, so we 3-up armor for when we looked outside. Pass, and now we need a 2-up armor for the Praetor. Unbelievable. Right, let's have a 6 for his Feel No Pain. Come on. 5 up, doesn't matter, and that is passed. Excellent.
Last to shoot are the Scimitar jet bikes. We have 12 heavy bolters, again going into the Praetor and his squad, see if we can chip off another wound. Hitting on 2s, disciplined fire, doing as well, only 1 missed. 3s to wound. Not bad at all. Oh, actually, we dropped 5, not great, so only 6 wounding hits.
Jeez Louise. All right, well, we don't want to lose our Praetor. We need him alive, so we'll do these 2 at a time. Look out, sirs, for the attack marines he's with. So, look out, sir. 3-up on the marine, passes. 2-up armor for the Praetor, passes. All right, same again. 2-ups pass. 3-up armor saves for the marines, pass. And finally, the last 2. Look out, sir. 1's out the dice tray, but 1's failed. Okay, 3-up armor. Fail, that will kill a vet. And now we need a 2-up armor save for the Artificer, which is fine. The Predator and his vets will require a leadership test. There is 10 or under. Thankfully, they pass.
End of Imperial Fist turn 4. Amazingly, we put every single shot we could into that Praetor and only just scratched him a little bit. It looks like we might be getting charged next turn. We'll have to see what we can weather.
Alpha Legion turn 4 movement. The Alpha Legion have moved away from the massed firepower from the Imperial Fists, and the support squad and the Praetor and the vets will try and fire on those jet bikes and then charge from the Warlord. The 2 vets on the left-hand side here are going to make a play and try and take out that last Tech Marine. Alpha Legion turn 4 shooting will start off with the 2 vets rapid firing their bolters into the lone Tech Marine, requiring 3s to hit. That is a really good start. Where was that when we were trying to shoot a Contemptor? And now we need 4s to wound, 2 wounds.
3 up. Both passed.
Next fires the Sergeant with his plasma pistol from the support squad. We're aware we don't want to make our charge too long, but at the same time we need to cut that firepower out. So we'll start off requiring a 3 to hit. It's a 1, get hot. Does he save it? He does, thankfully. Next to fire are the Volkite Culverins. There are 4 shots requiring 6s because of they moved. We get 2. We'll take that. Strength 6, toughness 5, 3s to wound. That is 2 wounds.
All right. 2 2-up armor saves. Both passed, thankfully.
The vet will fire his bolt pistol into the same squad. Hits, 5s to wound. That is nothing. And then finally, the Warlord will fire his bolt pistol, hitting on a 2. 5s to wound. Yeah, we'll take that.
There we go. 2-up armor save. Failed. 1 goes down.
The jet bikes do require a leadership test for losing 25%.
On an 8, 10, they fail. Amazing. Falling back 3d6. Wow, that is a 15.
What an absolute fortuitous turn of events there. That 3d6 falling back move after failing a leadership test was phenomenal. The Alpha Legion are doing pretty good.
Imperial Fist turn 5 movement. Not a lot to go. That was a really harsh turn losing our jet bikes. We're now definitely on the defensive. The Rapiers and the Tactical Squad have sat still. We don't want to get close enough to be charged, but we're going to still keep our bolt guns in range. The lone Tactical Marine just shifted ever so slightly to make sure he's behind cover. Imperial Fist turn 5 shooting, and we'll start with the lone Tactical Marine. We're just going to fire at the Veteran Squad, see if he can bring one down. 2 shots rapid fire. Both hit. Fantastic. 4s to wound. No wounds, unfortunate. Next, shoot the Rapiers are going to fire at the same Veteran Squad, see if we can peel them off. 12 shots in on 2s. 1 miss, twin linked. All hit. Fantastic. Strength 5, wounding on 3s. Oh, 1 out of the dice tray. Okay, that's 3 dropped, so that is 9 wounds.
Some good shooting there from the Imperial Fist, so we require 3-up armor saves. Okay, that is enough to wipe the squad.
Last to fire, we have the Tactical Squad. They're going to shoot the Praetor and his lone bodyguard. We really need to bring down the Warlord here, so we're going to Fury of the Legion. Every bolt gun is in ranged. Bolt pistol isn't, so we have 18 shots hitting on 2s. That is not too bad. 3 1s. We drop, so 15. And then wounding on 4s. Not great. 3,
6 wounds in total.
Oh, the Alpha Legion was sweating there. We are going to look out all of these, unfortunately, so it might be a little bit laborious. Let's do this very quickly. Pass. Okay, so they are all looked out, that's fine. So now we're going to the 3-ups. Oh, look at those 6s coming up. Come on. Oh, we'll take it.
Imperial Fist ended turn 5. We tried everything we could to bring down that Warlord. We did manage to kill another squad, which is great, but not looking great. I think he might get away from us.
Alpha Legion turn 5 movement and shooting phase. The Vet and the Praetor, they moved and ran for a total of 8, and then the support squad and their sergeant moved and ran for a total of 7. Their plan now is they've killed the commander and they are getting out of there as fast as they can. So the game should go to turn 6. We're ending it now on turn 5 because there's no targets and it'll just be boring moving models around. So that is the end of the game. That was an absolute wild game.
Bloodbath.
Holy balls. You just didn't know what was happening. You know, the Sakaran died like second turn. The Dreadnought, which wanted to barrel down on top of that hill, died. The leadership check on the jet bikes, that was the game turner.
I think so. Well, and the leadership check on the missile launchers.
Oh, my word.
You know, I think to borrow something from football's game of 2 halves.
Oof.
Definitely looked like a strong Imperial Fist outing to start with, and then that turn 3, 4, just as soon as they got in combat.
Yeah.
That was it. It's crazy.
I was really worried early on that I'd built the board in such a way that if you're an Imperial Fist player, it was kind of stacked because the Alpha Legion were kind of out on the flank, but that's kind of how they are perceived to be played. And I thought it'll work out really well, but when the stuff started dying really, I was like, oh my God, this game was bombed really quickly. But holy hell, it pulled itself back. But to understand why we're so excited, let's get into the victory points. We'll start off with the Fists.
Yes, we both chose independent characters as our Blood Feud targets. So we were both gunning for each other's Warlords because it's 2 for the independent character plus Warlord for the secondary, so 3 VPs for killing them alone. We failed to kill the Alpha Legion Praetor despite much heavy bolter fire. We killed 3 units, the Sakaran, the Contemptor, and a veteran squad. So that awarded us 3 death toll points, and that was it. We didn't get any secondaries or Blood Feud targets.
Yeah, amazing. You honestly thought it was going to be an Imperial Fist victory. However, the Alpha Legion have just done phenomenally well. They got independent character, which was great. So the Blood Feud target, which was the Warlord, 3 points for death toll, and 1 for Slay the Warlord, which put them onto 5. So the difference, 2 there. So 5 to the Alpha Legion, 3 to the Imperial Fist. I did not see that game going that well.
No.
Or that way, rather.
Yeah, and we've just been calculating off camera, but we realised that the Alpha Legion have the possibility to give up Martial Hubris, but that was tied 3 units aside, so neither side claimed, or the Imperial Fist didn't claim a victory point for that. The Last Man Standing secondary is also up for grabs, but we both destroyed 3 units, so that also didn't award a point. Pride of the Legion that the Alpha Legion had could have cost them 2 victory points. That last veteran accompanying the Praetor, if he died, that would have been both veteran squads dead, and that would have awarded the Fists 2 points, which would have been a draw. So that last dice roll where the Fury of the Legion from the Imperial Fist squad and the Alpha Legion veteran tanked all 6 hits on a 3-up. He saved the game for the Alpha Legion in that single dice roll, or those 6 dice rolls, which is just incredible for such a up and down game. I think the Fist dice were incredibly hot for the entire game.
They're amazing.
Apart from leadership saves, checks. But when it was necessary, the Alpha Legion came in and just squeaked it in multiple ways. You know, there were several ways that the Alpha Legion could have lost that or drawn. But yeah, amazing. So much fun.
Oh, it was an absolute rollercoaster of emotion, and I think as well, you know, the Alpha Legion came in, killed the commander, and then faded back out again, ready for something else to come back in and finish the job. And I just think as Boris said off camera as well, it was a good first outing, a very good true to the Legion trait of the Alpha Legion, which, you can't ask for more than that, I don't think. It was pretty cool. That's it from us, but hopefully we'll bring the Alpha Legion back maybe in a couple of weeks and do a bit of a bigger game for you, see how they fare. Boris, where can we find you on Instagram?
Instagram pack_paints.
Fantastic. And the channel is, as always, at the 30k channel. There is photos at the end of this video, and I'll also post them on Facebook as well, so you've got them in 2 places now to have a look at. I really hope you've enjoyed the game as much as we have. It's been loads of fun, and we'll see you in the next one.